Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another book video. In today's video I'm going to be picking my autumn TBR using my TBR jar. We've got a new TBR jar, some more prompts than usual. I've not done one of these videos in so long. I think the last time was when I picked my June TBR. I think I did pick a June TBR, so it's been a long time. Usually I had been doing them month by month, kind of fell off during summer, and then I'm now moving to uni and I have no idea how much I'm going to be reading. So it might be that this is my autumn TBR, but maybe if in the first few weeks of uni I'm reading a decent amount, I also do an October TBR that I kind of can do alongside my autumn TBR, if you know what I mean. I'll just play it by ear. Also, if you watched my every book I read over summer, yes, I'm dressed the exact same. I started this clip literally 2 minutes after I finished that video, so that is why I'm too lazy to get changed. I'm just trying to get this filmed because I moved to uni in 4 days, so I just want to film it now so that I'm not like stressing about filming this video, because I kept meaning to film it and I had the afternoon free today, so here we are. So if you haven't seen these videos before, either by me or other creators, got this TBR jar. It's got lots of different prompts. I just wrote lots of different prompts, lots of different things. You'll pick up pretty quickly what I mean by that. And when I pick a prompt, I'm either going to pick a book off my physical TBR or my Kindle TBR. So I'm going to take most books that are on my physical TBR to uni so that I can read them, but also it's nice having books in your room. So obviously if there's a book that I really like, I'm just gonna, do you know what I mean, I'll just take any book that I pick to uni plus any others. But I also have a Kindle TBR which I think's got 50 books on it. The Goodreads list has 50 books on it, and I am pretty good at putting it on Goodreads, marking it as on my Kindle TBR when I add it to my Kindle. So I'm just gonna get into it. I think I'm gonna pick, is 15 books too ambitious? I'm gonna pick 12 books because over 3 months that's 4 books. I'm working on the basis that I'll read these September, October, November, so the months obviously. So I don't think 4 books a month is much. We'll see. So I'm trying to really shuffle them around. I think one just fell out, but I'm gonna use this one. Okay, I'm just gonna put the one that fell out back in. Published this year. Okay, I need to check my physical TBR, but I doubt I have any that were actually published this year. I don't think I do have one published this year, so I'm going to just have a look down here. I've narrowed it down to 2 different books. First is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. I have read one book by this author before. I've read Nora Goes Off Script and I really liked it. I received this book as an ARC, but it is out now. It came out end of May. Or I could read The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore from the Dream Harbour series. I might read It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan because it's got a slightly higher rating and I've heard more about it, so I think I'm gonna go with that. So the first one published this year is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. Right, let's pick the next one. Oh, they're all spilling everywhere. Right, this one. YA. Okay. Is Shadow and Bone YA? I feel like it might be. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna read Shadow and Bone series because I was already planning on taking it to uni. So here we go, the first one. I am very excited to read this. It is a fantasy. I don't really know what it's about, but I'm excited. Also, I like reading, especially because I'm still relatively new to fantasy, I like reading YA ones. They're sometimes a bit easier to understand. So here we go. There's my second book that I'm going to read in autumn. I will try and go for like more autumny vibe books, but obviously I know that like It's a Love Story by Annabelle is very much not an autumn book, but Shadow and Bone feels autumny, right? This one. God, we got a blue one again. Fantasy. Okay. You know what I want to pick? Because I'm feeling like I do have the Powerless series and I do have Fourth Wing, but I don't know if I want to save them for when I maybe like over the Christmas holidays or something. I don't know, but I was gifted this book. This was the first piece of book mail I ever received. I then received a collector's copy of Five Survive like a few days after that, but this was the first one that I ever received. It's a fantasy book. It's called Elia's Twisted Tongue by Caroline Cusinelli, and it just sounds really good. I think it's a bit like dark academia vibes, so I'm excited to read this. It is chunky, as all fantasy books are, but I'm excited to read this and I feel like this is the perfect excuse to read it, so that's exciting. Right, off we go. This one. Oh, it's a pink one. On TBR for 6+ months. Okay. I might try and look for a Kindle book just because I feel like we've got a couple of paperbacks. I want it to be relatively even because obviously I don't want to be taking too many paperbacks with me. Okay, I just looked at the dates added on Goodreads itself. So ones that were on my TBR for over 6 months. I've got 3 options. I've got The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This one is YA, but I love a good Lynn Painter book. Then I've got The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Oh, this is part of a series. The first book is The Soulmate Equation, which I've already read, but there you go. And then Face Off by Chelsea Curto. Okay, I was gonna say I'll pick the one with the highest rating, but The True Love Experiment and Face Off both have the exact same rating. I'm gonna pick Face Off by Chelsea Curto. I just feel like I've been wanting to read that for a while. So there you go, on TBR for 6+ months. Right, I'm gonna try and pick one from nearer the top this time because I feel like I keep digging and I don't want, do you know what I mean? Okay, another pink one. Crazy. What does it say? The worst cover. Okay, I have had a little look and honestly there aren't that many that are a bad cover. But the one that I ended up picking is Passenger Princess by Morgan Elizabeth. I've had this one on my Kindle for a little bit now, and I'll have obviously inserted a picture of the cover. Not that it's ugly, but I don't know, like it's not, I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. It's literally not ugly, but like, I don't know, I had to pick one, so there you go. Worst cover is Passenger Princess. Next one, we've got 5 now, so. Ooh, I'm just throwing them all over myself. Okay, here we go, another pink one. New York Times bestseller. That only says on the front of a book, obviously. I just got this book out. Not that I'm going to use this for this prompt, but I probably might want to include I Found You by Lisa Jewell, and it was at the bottom of the stack, so I didn't want to forget it. But that says Sunday Times bestseller, not New York Times. Surely one of these two are a New York Times bestseller. Lessons in Chemistry or The Four Winds. I'm gonna Google it, but surely this was definitely a New York Times bestseller. Okay, I'll read this one then. Lessons in Chemistry. I don't really know what it's about, but there you go. Okay, next one. I'm sat on my knees. I don't know why I'm sat like this. Anyway, we're halfway through. This one. A 3-word title. Okay. Also, why is the focus like kind of eating? Wow. Okay. A 3-word title. Okay, obvious one. I Found You by Lisa Jewell, but I'm gonna keep searching so that we've got lots of options. The Four Winds would also count by Kristen Hanna. Dead Romantics. Oh, I do want to read that one. Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. Oh, there's so many good options. I might actually do Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I've read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston and I really enjoyed it, so here we go. This is going to be my 3-word title read of autumn. Okay, off we go. This one. I feel like I keep getting like the same colour again and again, and then, do you know what I mean, like a couple in a row. 400 pages. Okay, I'm going to have this be, I can't remember how I did this, just 400 and something, so it could be 400 to 499. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, this one's just over 400. Can you tell I want to include that book? Sorry. No, that's like 350. I might look on my Kindle TBR, although actually no, I'm just gonna do I Found You because Kindle pages are always a bit different. So this one I know it's 400 pages and also so close to 400, so 400 page book. I Found You by Lisa Jewell. This will be my 3rd Lisa Jewell book. Very excited. Okay, I've picked 8 now, 4 more to go. Okay, this one. $350 pages. Okay, so that's good that I did that. I feel like I must have gone up by 50 pages. So this is 350 to 400. I don't know. Well, you know what was 350 pages, wasn't it? Life's Too Short. Because I said that. I said it was like 356 or something. Yeah, literally 350 exactly. So that's easier. It's just easier doing the page ones from my physical TBR rather than my Kindle one. I hope I get a couple of Kindle books now though. This one, I told you, literally every time I think like I get 2 of the same colour in a row. What does that say? Pinterest pics. Ooh, okay. I film on my phone, so I'm going to have to do that on my laptop, which I have got here. I'm just going to search book, and then the first book that I see that either is on my physical or Kindle TBR, I will read. Okay, I haven't read any of those. Does a sponsored one count? Because I just got The Boys of Tarman recommended. Is this? Okay, well, the next one that I got was this picture here, which has got The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which was on my 25 books to read in 2025 because I've read it and it's the one book that I wanted to reread. So I'm going to take this as a sign that I'm going to read The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because that was basically the first book that came up, because other than that, the other ones were all just pictures of just like book vibes rather than being able to see what the actual books were. And then there was an ad for the Thomas series, but like I'm not going to count that. I do want to read that. I probably will read that this autumn, but whatever. Then is this my 10th one? I think a pink cover. Okay, I'm gonna try and pick this from my Kindle TBR. I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god, I've only got 2 left now, including this one. I'm flying through it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I picked 3 different books for this prompt. Either Tiny Daggers, which is a thriller, and it's got 3.69 stars, and it says the most dangerous predators in Miami don't bite, they brunch. Then I've got Seven Summers by Paige Toon, but this isn't a fully pink cover. It's like got orange and purple, so I'm not going to count this. And then The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I might do Tiny Daggers, partly because then we've got a thriller, because other than that we've only got I Found You. But then that means we've got so far 2 fantasies, 1 general fiction. Well, Perks of Being a Wallflower, I guess, could be a general fiction. It's not like romance, is it? So it probably is general fiction. And then 2 thrillers. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, this is the last one. Heartbreaking. I feel like this video has been very quick. This one. A 1-word title. Okay, I will look on my Kindle TBR. Okay, the only 3 that I have on my Kindle TBR is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This is a romantasy. Obviously, it's literally so popular. It's on Kindle Unlimited, I believe, which is how I have it. Then Joyride, which says, in this poignantly quirky ride through Brooklyn, an idealistic young woman shares her earnest joy with her Uber clients, her cranky father, and the Wall Street hotshot who started it all. Well, that sounds quite fun. Or Blackout, which is a thriller, and it says, in this unforgettable psychological thriller, the dark and terrifying mystery for a woman on the edge. Oh, this sounds really good. I'm gonna read this. Quicksilver by Erin Flanagan. So that is it. Let's quick fire through all the books that I picked up in no particular order, because I'm gonna do Kindle TBR ones that we picked first, and then physical ones just because that's the order it's in. So first prompt was published this year, and I picked It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan, I think it is. Then for on TBR for 6+ months, I picked Face Off by Chelsea Kaito. This is the first book in the DC Star series that I've been wanting to read, and I believe it's also on Kindle Unlimited. Then for the worst cover, I picked Passenger Princess, which looking back at it isn't that ugly, but like it's fine. It's the worst one. Then for a pink cover, I picked Tiny Daggers by Caroline Corcoran. This might be one that I received as an art. Oh no, I didn't. I don't know when. This will have been an Amazon First Picks one. Then the last one on my Kindle is 1-word title, and I picked Blackout by Erin Flanagan. Then for my physical TBR, for the 350-page prompt, I picked Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. This is the 3rd book in the, I believe the series is called The Friend Zone. I've read the first 2 books, so time to read this one. Then for Pinterest picks, I got Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I always say is my favourite book, so we'll be able to test that theory, won't we? And this was on my 25 in 2025 list. So then for a New York Times bestseller, I picked Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. 400-page book, I picked I Found You by Lisa Jewell. This is a thriller. I don't know what it's about. I don't need to know. It's by Lisa Jewell. I know I'm gonna love it. Then for a 3-word title, I picked The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I believe this was her first published book, but yeah, I think it was. Then for a fantasy book, I picked A Liar's Twisted Tongue by Caroline Cusinelli, which I was very kindly gifted and I'm so grateful for. And then the last book is a YA book, and I picked Shadow and Bone. But yeah, that's it. Those are the 12 books that I'm going to try my very hardest to read in autumn. If you want to watch me reading them, see my reading wrap up, see my reading vlogs, see more of this type of video, please subscribe. Shameless self promo, I know. I have now separated all my reading videos into different folders because they used to all be in a big books folder, which still exists, but I've now got a folder for TBR videos, a folder for monthly wrap-ups, a folder for book recommendations and me tier ranking books, and then a folder for reading vlogs. So there you go. If you ever are thinking I really want to watch more of this specific type of video, then they're all easily separated out. Subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment the video, comment if you've ever read any of these books, what's on your autumn TBR. I just would love to hear. So yes, that's it. Thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.